What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Patrick here with the amazing, and I have to say amazing, JoJo, because we want to celebrate your talent and your skill.
So kind, thank you.
And all the fans at home are chanting, JoJo, JoJo, JoJo.
Oh, I love it.
There's so much love for you, and I can say this now because you say this in one of your songs. You are fucking amazing.
Oh, thank you. Man, I can't believe all the positive energy and stuff out there. I just feel so much love at, live shows and from the responses on YouTube and all that. So I'm feeling great.
It's been like 5 years since your last studio album. And a lot of people don't know necessarily what has been happening behind the scenes. So if you don't mind just like letting us know what's been happening the last 5 years with JoJo, and why are you here today releasing the new music?
I moved to LA, and in the past 2.5 years, I've been recording nonstop and developing as a writer, working with some really talented people, and just experimenting. And the album has evolved and taken a different shape because I just never stopped recording, and I never stopped growing and going through things and going through stupid things and writing through it and going through awesome things and writing through it. And it was just, it's just been, I've been in a creative zone for the past, couple years. So that's what I've been doing.
And it's been kind of a battle too, because we've heard about some of the record label stuff.
I'm really happy where I'm at. Really happy, and I think it's a great place to be. Interscope is a machine like no other, and I feel blessed to be in the company of such artists on their roster. The industry is crazy as hell. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah, it's crazy, and you get into it just wanting to sing and tell your stories and have a good time, but there's a lot more that goes into it.
There's a business, right?
Yeah, so
there's money to be made.
Yes, there is.
We're in the Jumping Trains era, and Disaster is the first single from the album. What made you choose Disaster?
I feel like Disaster is a great natural progression from kind of where we left off with Too Little Too Late. But it's a bolder sound, it's more aggressive. I think I'm showcasing my vocals in a more mature way, and I think it's just one of those big pop songs that I love to sing, and I get to really sing on it though. So that's something that's exciting for me.
Which is one of the things, is because you can, and then that's what I say, we celebrate talent here, is because you actually have the voice to kill a record like that. If you got to give yourself a rating between 1 to 10 as a vocalist, what would your rating for yourself be? What
a great question. I'm not going to answer that. That's ridiculous.
You're not going to answer it?
I will say that I certainly have great room for improvement, and there's so many people that inspire me, and like I listen to the way, are you a Beyonce fan or no? I don't remember from the site. I'm a huge Beyonce fan.
Beyonce is everything to me.
She's everything to me. So I'm really inspired by the way that she's developed her voice from like Destiny's Child to now, and I think that she's one of the greatest singers of my generation, of our generation. I really do. And anyone who, we can fight about it. So.
Yeah. Well, I think there's going to be people who
everyone has their opinions, and that's fine. But. So I'm inspired by that, and I really want to take my vocals to the next level, and I've kind of become more obsessed with vocal health and taking care. I never did anything before. I never took a lesson, never took care of my voice, never, ate special things or stayed away from special things. So I wouldn't, rate myself. I just, and I have good days and bad days. This record is authentic, and there's definitely more R&B records and records that are influenced with hip-hop, and it's just some cool stuff. I just took some chances and mixed things together, and I didn't want to be defined by a genre, because I think that's uninspiring.
Because I've heard the actual song Jumping Trains, which is kind of like it has a different vibe and a different feel to it.
Right.
So what can we expect? The
album is, I would say, my most cohesive body of work, because it needed to make sense. Like I wanted it to be a representation of where I'm at, so of course there's diversity in it, but it all makes sense, it all flows together, and kind of, so I like to call the sound pop with an anger management problem. However, now I'm kind of moving into describing it as infused pop, because it's pop music, but it's infused with all, the things that influence me, everything from hip hop to country to rock to neo soul to anything in between. And there's just little tinges that you can hear, whether it being my delivery or the writing or the production. But it's definitely a bolder sound.
who's going to be featured on the album, producers-wise as well as artists?
I'm keeping the features under wraps, but we have some really exciting things.
No exclusives?
No
No hints? Can we get a hint in like...
I think it's going to be, I think people are going to be like, oh, that's dope. So, I mean, that's a hint, I guess. I think people will be like, oh, that's interesting.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Something we're going to say.
Worked with some really great producers, from some new cats like the Interns and the Messengers, to people like Danja, who did Sexy to Me, and which was one of the tracks on my album. And worked with some close friends of mine as well on the writing side and the production, like my friend Bo Dozier, Little Eddie, Shaman Mozart. And that was one of the greatest things about this recording process, is that I just had a great time. And it was therapy sessions, it was like party, it was just like all that. It was great.
Sexy to Me is one of the songs that you mentioned that's on the album. Are we going to hear any songs that maybe have leaked previously? Because I know I have like a whole playlist.
I just want to give something that's like so special.
Yeah. And
that hasn't been tainted or, you know, been out there. So, no, we're making a conscious effort to not have the leaked songs, you know, on the album. Paper Airplanes is one of that's a tragedy to me.
Bonus track.
I love that song. Yeah, maybe.
Creatively, and I know you talked about some of that, like it was like a session for you. Was it any pressure for this album to be one thing or another, considering that I feel like there's a lot of anticipation on whether it'll be successful or whether it will not be successful?
Right. What I've come to this peaceful place of believing in myself over any circumstance or anything. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know that I was born, bred, and conditioned to, you know, to tell my stories and share and do that whole thing. So as long as I'm proud of my body of work, and as long as, you know, the fans enjoy it, and my supporters, everything else is just, you know, an added bonus. I actually have a song that I did with Boy Wonder, who works with Drake a lot, and he's from Toronto as well. This really cool atmospheric record that I'm saying some shit on there. And I'm proud of myself, because it's so real. So
that's what I'm excited to hear from you, is that like that, I mean, I guess it comes with age.
Right.
The fact that you're a woman and you're saying like real woman stuff.
I can't believe that I like, sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, I have to remember that it's okay, I am an adult now. But when I said, when you're in her, I know I'm in your head, I was like, I can't believe I fucking said that.
What does that mean? Why did I say it?
Oh my gosh.
The visual of that, think of that, right?
It's gnarly though, right? Yeah. But hey, shoot.
That was where you were at that moment.
That's how I felt.
I'm not mad at you at all. And another thing that's really cool, and I think that like I give you like the masterclass thing, because you cover a lot of records, and I don't know how some people will feel about it, because like, just say if my record's out and then JoJo comes by and like fucking smashes it to the floor and like kills it, like, you know.
See, that's like.
And I know you probably don't approach it with that.
I don't. Well, I'm a shark. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't at all. It's literally out of respect and love for music and for those artists. And I was like nervous about, because with all the response that the Marvin's Room remake was getting, I was nervous. I wonder if Drake was like, this little chick, why'd she do that?
And he loved it.
Yeah, he was really.
But see, I feel like with Drake, it's different.
It is
than
different.
It is
it's
when
not
you're
a female artist.
Beyonce, or you covering Rihanna.
Right. I think that kind of as you've mentioned, though, I mean, there is a lot of love, even from within the artist community. And I think it's just because maybe I do come across as this little girl from Massachusetts, and they're just like, oh, that's JoJo. Oh, she's so sweet. She means well. Even if I really am a shark.
Even though she just really did that right there. So yeah, because I mean, and I'll say it. You don't have to. But when I heard you sing, "What's My Name," like I was like, okay. And
see, it's all fun. Like it's cool because I mean, on my own records, you know, you only have so many slots for songs. But I just love music. So, you know, if I get to do a sassy record like "What's My Name," that's so fun.
And you did things that the person who made the song or who originally recorded the song could not do, and I mean, and that's enjoyable. Like you have one of those voices similar to Beyonce.
Thank you.
I wish Beyonce could re-sing like every song on the radio.
Me too.
I'm like, I love that song, but I just wish Beyonce could sing it.
I know.
And listening to you sing, even Beyonce's, I heard you do the Crazy in Love. I was like, wow, like I enjoyed that in a way that was different from the original.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you for breathing fresh air into
It's fun. It's music.
And this brings me to a fun question that I have. So we're gonna play a game.
Oh, okay.
We're in a studio, and it has 4 rooms. You're in one of the rooms, and Kelly Rowland is in a room, Rihanna is in a room and Sierra is in a room.
Okay.
And you have a few options. You can you can collaborate with one of those people.
Oh, this is good.
You can write for one of those people.
Okay.
And then for one of the people, you can just say hello and goodbye.
Oh,
and
gosh.
And it doesn't have to be shady.
Okay, it doesn't have to be shady.
It can just be like, hi, like, good to see you. I'm going to give you a high five, but, you know, I'm just going to pass today.
Okay, so it was Kelly Rowland, Sierra, and Rihanna.
Uh-huh.
I would write for Rihanna. I would collaborate with Rihanna, actually, because I think I love her sassy attitude. I feel like we would get along quite well.
Mm-hmm.
I would write for Sierra. And I love Kelly. She is so lovely. And I would say hi to her and then like talk to her and say like, do you want to go get a coffee?
So do we have a release date?
We do. I'm not going to tell you though.
You're not going to tell me? Can you get like a, I predict around April.
Oh, good prediction.
So,
you said it, I didn't.
Okay, so, but you like what I'm predicting?
I like what you're saying.
Okay, so we can expect it around the April-ish area, and I feel comfortable to say that. Do we have a second single? Do we have it locked up?
We haven't solidified it yet, but I mean, there'll be many singles, which I'm really excited about.
Mm-hmm. But no.
No, I'm not
What are you thinking about?
I don't know.
What is it? Can we get like the vibe of the second single? So we won't say names, but is it going to be a up-tempo?
Yeah, it'll be. I believe it'll be an up-tempo, and that'll be cool because I really want my presence felt more in the clubs, and I can, you know, now I'm 21, shoot, so pull it off.
We have to take a shot, right? With
Yeah,
JoJo.
take a shot.
We can do that now. That's official.